Shalom, shalom, First Harvest family. My name is Erin Meadows, and I am the East Texas State Elder under Elder Rickman and Elder Jan Meadows. First of all, I just want to give honor and thanks to our pastor, Pastor Shane Vaughn, and his lovely wife, Lady Karen, and Bishop and Lady Kendrick, and all of the elders and ministers that I have the honor of serving with, and all of you, my brothers and sisters in Yah. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today is the 35th day of the counting of the Omer, and today's word for the bridal quality is boldness. So if you know me at all, you know that I have a love for the Ten Commandments. So about 5 years ago, the Father began to bring the commandments into the forefront in my life. I was wanting healing for different areas of my life, and so I started quoting the blessings in Deuteronomy 28 over my life every day. I started saying them out loud over my life every day, meditating on them, putting them in my mind. And it was about 6 months later when I read the first line, and something just jumped off the page at me. And I'm going to read it to you here right now. So Deuteronomy 28. Now it shall come to pass, if you diligently obey the voice of Yah, your God, to observe carefully all his commandments, which I command you today, that Yah, your God, will set you high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you, because you obey the voice of Yah, your God. So it was about 6 months in, and I was like, okay, it says that if I keep these, if I keep the commandments. So maybe I should start quoting the commandments over myself, because I think I know what they are, but maybe I don't. So I started doing that. And God began to radically change my life through doing that, through putting the truth of the word into my mind. So I thought that I was keeping the commandments, and come to find out, I didn't know that I was an Israelite, and I didn't know my position before the Father. Because it tells us in the word, in Hebrews, let me read it to you really quickly. Hebrews 4:16, and it says, let us therefore come boldly to the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. So the Father wants us to come boldly before the throne, and petition and ask him according to the word, and he wants to answer us. But we can't do that if we don't know the truth. So that was part of this journey for me, coming into understanding my identity as an Israelite, and knowing my place before the Father, and knowing that he has these blessings and these things that he desires to do in my life, because he is a good Father and he wants good things for his children. So I began to connect the commandments, following the commandments, with the blessings or the curses that follow from keeping or not keeping the commandments. I began to connect those things in my life. So I began to see different patterns showing up. You know, Pastor always talks about patterns and reoccurring things that we need to be paying attention to. And so I began to notice patterns in my life of, okay, Erin, these blessings are coming as you're obeying the commands that God has put in your life. And I've come to find out that it's not only prayer that unlocks the door, but it's obedience. Prayer and obedience, they unlock the doors to God's blessings being poured out into our lives. And when we know that, we can stand boldly before the Father, knowing that because we are a covenant keeper, because we have been marked with the Sabbath, because we are marked with his name, because we follow his commands, we can come boldly before the throne. And that's what I want to be able to do. I I want to be able to come boldly before the throne, knowing that God hears my prayers and answers. So I have testimony after testimony after testimony over the last couple of years of seeing God move in my life in so many powerful and profound ways. And I want that forever for everyone. So we can be bold, not because we're good, but because his word is truth. And when we put the truth first and foremost in our lives, we have confidence to stand no matter what comes at us because we know the truth. And the truth is what helps you to stand confidently, because we know that it's not us speaking. It's God speaking. He is the one backing us up because his word is solid and stands forever. So, I just think it's so important that we know Yah's word, and it gives us boldness to petition him, and it gives us boldly to live for him. And that's what we want to do. We want to be people that live boldly before the Lord. We don't want to be people that cower and walk in fear and doubt and unbelief. Fear is the opposite of being bold. We want to be people confident in the truth, confident in the Lord, knowing that he hears us, and we can just stand in that. So I hope this was a blessing to you today. Be bold and stand for the truth of Yah's word. Stand in confidence, knowing who you are as an Israelite and a covenant keeper. So I just wanted to encourage you with that today. I love you guys. Bye.